good morning, friends. How's it going? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Hey, I just loaded up the equipment on the dump truck over here in the background. You can barely see it, so the dump truck's running. But while it's warming up, you know, something came across my heart, and it's our work. You know, it's our work. You know, I haven't shared much on this, but you know, when we do our work, you friends, you may not have realized this, okay? You may not even look at your work, at the place where you spend most of your hours. You may see it as a paycheck. You may see it as a place to make money, maybe not. But you know, learn to look at it at a different way. Learn to get a different approach on it as far as the mind of Christ, you know. Your work is your worship unto God. And so when you release your skills, when you release your passions, when you do your job with excellence, that is a work unto God. That is your worship unto God. You know, this is really big with me because, you know, I know a lot of the times we use the phrase worship, and the first thing that comes to our minds, you know, is singing a song. And that's cool and everything like that. But you know what? God wants us more to be than just singing songs. He wants us to release His goodness that He has placed in us, okay, as we live our life. And so, you know, when I do my job, it's important to me. You know, it's not a performance thing. It's not like, you know, I need to do this so that God can do more in my life. Has nothing to do with that. But when you learn to come into God through intimacy, when you learn this is about a relationship, when you learn this is about a love romance, okay, all of a sudden things begin to change in your life. It's almost kind of like learning about grace. You know, the more grace that you allow God to bestow on you, and you start to come unto understanding what grace is all about, you know, all of a sudden, you know, your life changes. You know, you're not worried about certain things anymore because you're starting to understand what grace is, you know, so you start living your life under grace and always having to worry about, you know, oh God's out to get me today, you know, but it's not about that. But through intimacy, it's about a love romance, okay? So every moment of the day, you know, it's always a communion unto God. It's never broken. All right, and so learn to, as you go to work, you know, do your job with excellence. All right, you know what? When you go to work, you know, release the skills. You know, that's why God invested in you. That's why He put those passions in you. That's why you like doing what you like to do. You know, because He put that in you. So walk that out with God. You know, as far as, you know, ask Him, get dialogue, you know, and He'll speak to you. A lot of the times we're just going to the place where we spend most of our time, and you know, we're wondering what are we doing? Am I missing my calling? Am I supposed to be somewhere else? No. Father has strategically placed you where you're at. Just wake up to that living reality and start flowing with Him, all right? But you know, what I wanted to get at today was your work. Your work is worship. You're worshiping God. When you're doing your job with passion, when you're releasing that passion, you're worshiping God. When you release them skills, when you know, you're advancing the kingdom for mankind. You know, we're supposed to be taking care of this earth. You know, sometimes we're so spiritually minded that we're no earthly good. And I know that may not sit well with some people, but you know what? At the very beginning, God told Adam and Eve, you know, take care of the garden. We're supposed to take care of the earth. And so, and the things, you know, that go on around us, you know, and in the old days, they had a hold of this, you know, in the old time. You know, the bakers and the blacksmiths, you know, in their community, they were very, very important people, because the baker, he knew what his function was. Come on, it's about a function, a functionality. You know, so he would bake, but he would also bake for the people. He would bake for the people because that was his gift, that was his talent. You know, the blacksmith, not only was he a businessman, but you know, he took care of the community through blacksmith, through ironworks, you see. So we gotta oh boy, we got to get a new revelation and go beyond maybe where we're at in our life right now, and start getting these provoking thoughts, and that's where we're going to meet God. That's where we're going to start beginning to see these things and release these things, okay? So when you release your passions, when you release your skills, when you do your job with excellence, okay? I'm not talking about, you know, putting halfway into it, you know, it's Friday, you know, let's just barely get it done, let's get by the skin of our teeth. No. Come on, you're worshiping God. When you get up and put your work boots on, when you get up and put your clothes on, your dress on, your shirts on, your high heels, I don't care, whatever it is, you know, you're heading out for the day, and you're a minister. You're a minister unto God. You're blessing God through your work. You're blessing God through the giving of your skills, through the giving of your life. And you're touching people around you. They're like, wow, look at them. They're such hard workers. Wow, there's something about that man. There's something about that woman right there. There's something about them. I don't know what it is, but you know what it is? It's the spirit of excellence. It's the spirit of God in you. And through that, you're going to minister to people. And that's where it starts. That's where ministry starts, right there. So until we start walking on that foundation, all right, I'm telling you, once we start understanding that, you're going to be able to do ministry in the workplace like you've never seen before. All right, God bless you guys. I love you. Have a nice weekend, a nice Friday.